Awesome! Yay! Yay! So, new game, new stuff on the table. Who's playing Sentinel Comics? Okay. Do you want to have a quick look at you and go around your character sheets and the basics of it? Okay. Front page of the character sheet, you have got your character picture, which are pretty much all blank. Then you've got your personal details, physical attributes, what you physically look like. And then the characteristics that it's got there are kind of the 4 steps as to when you're making a character in this. And the character creation in this is a subject of a whole other video. But effectively, you've got your background, your power source, your archetype, and your personality. That gives you like an overview as to what dice you've got and where you kind of come from, and it gives you kind of character creation ideas. You then have your 2 principles, which are again role-playing hints that kind of give you guidance as to what your character is all about. They also give you a couple of abilities. Then under that you've got hero points, this one, hero point rewards, back issues and collections. You should all have one collection ticked, but I haven't come up with the names of the collections. Once per session you can invoke a collection that you've got to give you a bit of a bonus. So if you want to, you can use it to kind of set a dice that you've just rolled to its maximum face.
Okay.
Or adjust any one of the dice in the pool that you just rolled. But we'll worry about that a little bit later on. So the first one is all about kind of character and what you're like. The second page then gives you your actual kind of stats, which are divided into 3 categories. You've got powers, qualities, and your status dice. And generally speaking, whenever you want to do anything and there's going to be a role involved, you will describe what you want to do, you will choose which power you want to use, which quality you want to use, and you will use the appropriate status dice, which is determined either by what status the scene is in, green, yellow or red, or what status you're in personally based on how much health you've taken or damage you've taken. Okay? There are a load of basic actions that you can do, which are effectively attack, defend, boost and hinder. Boost is where you create a bonus, either for yourself or for somebody else. Hinder is where you create a penalty that goes on another, like an opponent. Mm-hmm. And then there's a fairly generic overcome, which is where you try to use your abilities or skills for anything else. Then under that you've got a whole list of abilities and generally speaking, when you try to do something, you roll those 3 dice. So you'll take 1 power, 1 quality and 1 status dice, roll the 3 of them and use the middle result, what's referred to as the mid dice.
Okay.
The rules kind of get broken by the abilities that you have. So some of the abilities might say attack somebody and use your max dice. An ability might be attack multiple targets but use your minimum dice against each of them. The ones on the green boxes you can use when you're in green status, so when the scene or you personally are in green. Yellow is when you're in yellow, and red is when you're in red, and they get like more powerful as they go on. You also have an out ability, which is when you get knocked out and reduced to 0 health. You're not killed, but you can't actively do anything in the combat. But you can still use your out ability when it's your turn.
Okay.
So,
That's pretty cool.
So generally, that will be something like aiding an ally, hindering an opponent, but you'll normally only roll 1 dice rather than rolling a pool of 3 dice. So it's not going to be quite so useful. The other fantastic thing about this is initiative is it's kind of free-flowing, is that, say, if we go into a scene and Thomas has the first action, so you do your action, you decide what you want to do, you describe what's happening, we work out what's happening, and then you decide who goes next. So you can either say that Kelly's character goes next, or the bad guys go next, or the environment goes next, because the environment has dice that it rolls, and it moves, it keeps the...
Captain Planet will help us.
Yes. Something like that.
Do you have to have an alien? Or can you go around as?
You're an alien, it could be the same
Well,
sort
I
of
think that's just the easiest thing to do then.
Yep.
Of course, I check.
No.
What does
it could be something like a really, 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 really long name that just starts with Nimrod, blah, 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 and then it's like... Lily?
My favourite. 5 stones, 5 crates. 0 stones, 0 Diego! No.
What does that little button do?
A proper dyed-in-the-wool soldier.
Well,
that's what the little red button does.
So, any questions before we...
Jumping in and see how it goes.
Yeah. Awesome.
Questions will arise as they arise.
Certainly. The setting is the coastal massive city, helpfully called Megalopolis.
Nice.
The game is set following what's called the Oblivion events. That's Obliv, as in Oblivion, and then Aeon, A-E-O-N. Oblivion was a massively powerful extra-dimensional god entity that invaded and was beaten back at great cost, massive cost, by the combined heroes.
By Martin Septim.
If you imagine it was kind of like a standard DC continuity reset.
Okay.
Bloody Barry Allen.
And following the climactic battle over Megalopolis, the main hero group of the setting, the Freedom Five, their tower in the middle of the city was completely destroyed, and it's being rebuilt as a park in the area. But they realised that they are spread too thin to defend the whole city. So they divided the city into 4 quadrants and sought out new meta heroes to help defend each part of the city. And they've reached out to the 4 of you to protect the east side, which is the home of the science and research. The science and research valleys, the ports, the warehouses, and industrial sectors. It was placed under the care of you guys, provisionally known as Tech Team, but you can change it. Because you're pretty much all technology based in your skill set and abilities. Amongst the team, we have... Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, can I just ask a question about this setting before we do that? Is it kind of like a modern day, or is it kind of 5 minutes into the future sort of
5
thing?
minutes into the future.
Cool.
With a bit of a Silver Age feel to it.
Okay.
Heroes are heroes. It's before the 90s and the Leafield pouch era.
Grim dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. So it's like a kind of...
Just your Incredibles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Possibly with a bit more tech. Like, not quite Tomorrowland, but there is an elevated rail that runs like through buildings and...
It's not Detroit, it's Delta City.
Like Meet the Robinsons.
A little bit, yeah.
What?
Meet the Robinsons.
I haven't seen that. Alright, are we going around the table?
Yeah.
Alright, Bagsy not first.
Bagside not second.
Okay. Well, I'm Nimrod.
Yeah, but what about your character? Oi!
I think you're walking home.
Worth it.
Wasn't Nimrod like a super intelligent person?
Nimrod was a mighty mythical hunter, and we were talking about this earlier, the power of Bugs Bunny. that changed the name of this biblically epic hunter into an idiot.
I'm Nimrod. I am an alien bounty hunter.
What do you look like?
I wandered the planet in my alien form,
Okay.
and I look very alien. Dave knows what I look like.
Are you looking?
I'm looking at. I'll find the picture because it's just easier because it's.
Where does it say any of this stuff? Because can I just see questions?
You choose it. As in, where does it say what the...
Who we are and what it's about.
It's not really on there, it's just kind of... It's that freedom to describe what your character looks like.
Okay.
Like this, but dressed like Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Okay.
Like it.
You're going to have to Photoshop that now.
But the best thing about it, though, he has a second set of arms, which sits in here, that's like tiny. I'll see if I can find it.
Tiny T-Rex.
T-Rex
arms.
arms.
Yeah.
Tiny T, yeah.
Okay.
If you're happy, then you know it.
Oh, here we go.
T-Rex hates
Got
push-ups.
tiny T-Rex arms.
And that's weird. That's a whole lot of weird.
It's so awesome.
He likes to drink milk from a cow's teat.
And what is your... what do you...
I hail from way beyond this planet, and you wouldn't know. So I'm not going to even tell you where I'm from because there's no point.
Oh, you're a hipster alien.
No,
I come from a planet, but you'll have never heard of it.
Yeah, pretty much. You
Hipster.
won't be able to get there. My power source is from tech upgrades because I built them myself. Super cool. And I like to be able to manipulate elements. Pretty cool with that.
Okay. Shall I go next then?
Mhm.
I also like to bounty hunt stuff because it makes good money.
Oh, so you're going to
Okay.
be like Captain Mustang and just explode people's eyes then?
So I'm advantage. Do we decide whether our alias is known to other people?
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm advantage. You have never seen me out of my, what you assume is my kind of super suit, but you're not really sure. I'm all kind of chrome and techie and, you know, maybe I'm a robot.
Iron Man type study.
Kind of, but more chrome.
A lot
And
of
a
polishing's
chrome guy.
required.
And a bit more pointy. Like,
Chrome chap.
Gundam. You like it?
no, I don't look like a Gundam.
Do you
I
look
look
like
most
Beetlejuice?
like Viper from... you haven't played Virtual On. Yeah. And whenever I speak, it's kind of like badly tuned, kind of static, and sometimes, you know, it sounds one way and sometimes it sounds another day. It's like a voice synthesizer and a vocoder all kind of like rolled into one. And
Do you sound like Thingy Card?
who?
Is it Tom
Cardi?
Cardi?
No.
Oh, okay. Disappointed.
Almost like a... No, I'm not going to do that. No, that'll be different. And I am a mercenary, and I'm kind of like flying around doing super suit stuff with my super suit.
Sweet.
But maybe I'm a robot.
Maybe I'm a robot. Don't care.
Yeah. You don't know what I look like without the helmet on? Because I might be a robot.
With it on. You don't know what you look like with it on.
Without it on.
Okay.
That's me.
I'm Hazmat, and I'm basically here to make sure that you guys don't die.
That's not a guarantee.
It's not a guarantee, but I'll try.
You like Agent Coulson? The suit guy from Marvel.
Yeah.
Okay.
The best Marvel character. But don't worry.
Hashtag Steve, I hot Steve 0704.
I look like Gordon Freeman, but it's your reflection in the screen of my face.
So it's a power suit again.
Okay.
It's quite bulky.
Yeah, like Gordon.
Yeah. A cross between the power armour from Half-Life and the power loader from Aliens.
Oh, cool. So
So
you've
it's-
got like a mirrored face, that's why it looks like...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And out of the suit you're an ex-army guy.
Out of the suit.
Yeah. You do
Well,
take it
the-
off.
the
You do take it off every
shower?
so often. Yeah. You do take it off every so often.
Yeah, occasionally.
Yeah.
But if you can, it's
You
mostly
breeze your way in it, it's fine.
it's mostly self-sufficient. Like, I'm designed
Drink
to
my own
go.
pee, it's fine.
Yeah, you know,
Bear Grylls.
we've got a good atom economy on this.
On the subject of Bear Grylls, one of the enemies we were fighting yesterday was a werebear, which then immediately made me think, where Bear Grylls? Drinks his own piss is a standard action and it recovers 6 health points.
That sounds quite useful.
I was thinking of werebears now.
Toilet.
Do people know of your non-heroic identity?
It's on file, but no one really cares about that. And if they do, they come and see me and I'm in the suit and they say no.
Right? Want to play with us?
I've taken some things. It was an orange pill
Not a blue pill.
or a red pill.
Red pill.
Take the red pill and see the Matrix for what it is. Take the blue pill and have a massive boner. I like that in the trailer though. The medicine that he's taking to make him better is blue
Constant
pills.
blue pills.
That's good. And Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah. Or he's more sick Patrick Harris.
I mean, obviously, yes, but
I'm Moonshadow. I don't know. I'm trained in martial arts and I have a laser sword and a blaster and a flat belt. And these are my special things. And shush. And I haven't really told anybody where I got them from. I just kind of came on the scene.
Look cool.
Yeah. Well, I just started like saving people.
Yeah.
And basically, so I don't know what I'll be wearing. I think it's probably
a white jumpsuit with a little cape.
well, no, it's probably oh, the word escapes me. The pajamas that you wear.
Gee.
Thank you. I was going for goo, so I was like,
Dogu.
okay, but I've dyed it inexpertly black, so it's a little bit tie-dye patchy.
Patches now. Love it.
And I'm like clearly a middle-aged woman underneath it.
So you've got like a laser sword and a blaster and a flight belt, but you've kind of gone DIY for your costume.
Yeah, totally.
I love it.
Totally.
Love
And I've got like a half mask like ninja thing, which I've also dyed in expertly tie-dye black. I think for this look I'm now going for the purple, the lavender one approaches.
Yeah.
That kind of figure. Have you seen the Mitchells versus the Machines? Oh my gosh, and it's on
have to.
Netflix. It's a Card to the Kids one, but it's
I
so
think I know the
funny.
one you mean.
But basically, near the end, the aliens take her little boy and she's like, "Boy, sweet boy!" And she just like transforms and all these robots are like running away going, "The lavender one approaches!" She's like, "Hold on, darling, mommy's got you." So that's where I'm at with this.
Charlie Mum.
But
And now I know where Isabel gets that face from.
so I'm kind of like, I'm quite secretive about my other life because it's still a real life that I'm living.
I was that Lee's barbarian face.
I think somebody once asked
Kind
me
of.
what my name is, and I went, Moonshine. Oh, that sounds really crap. But I had to stick with it now.
My name's Moonshadow.
Because you were stood in a room and you were like, there's the moon and there's a shadow.
Like as black as the moonshine. Nobody sees me, nobody knows. I'll just stop digging now. So that's where I'm going. A bit off of my normal.
That's perfectly
I
fantastic.
totally want you to have taken me in and fed me because you wanted to make sure that I got a good taste of like the local cuisine or something like that.
You're looking skinny, love. Have some lasagna. She might be a little bit Italian.
Oh no, for a second I was there thinking Jewish.
Possibly, yeah.
Jewish Italian. Mexican Jewish. Garcia Shapiro.
It's
Garcia Shapiro.
Mrs. Garcia Shapiro.
Gefilte fajitas. And
Now I have to play you that song. You're not going on anything that you can't have to have songs, are you?
I'll pause it.
Okay.
And you're the team leader.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are the mother of the group.
Yeah.
This is how this works. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh great, we're here with Work Mum.
Oh.
I have about 40 work mums.
All of mine are left.
Thinking of my joke before me.
So yeah, she's now Mrs. Garcia Shapiro.
And now all I'm thinking is the Mel Brooks Jews from Space thing.
And now I'm thinking of the Muppets Pigs in Space.
And you have been given a base in one of an organisation called Saint Labs Aerodromes on the outskirts of the east part of town. So you know the Avengers compound at the end of
Age of Ultron.
Age
That
of
sort of
Ultron,
thing.
which is a university in Kings Lynn or Peterborough or Norfolk. It's somewhere in Norfolk. My friend works there.
Oh, that's cool.
Such a nice campus.
Yeah. So it's that kind of building, and it's got like labs and quarters and accommodation for you for stuff when you are.
Is it wrong that you said labs and literally I didn't touch it?
That's fine. That's me.
Is it wrong that you said labs and I immediately went for dogs? It's like labs. Oh, well, the collies as well. Oh.
It's on brand. Not wrong. It's incorrect, but it's not wrong. Very subtle, very fine distinction there.
Oratory.
You wake up in a heaven full of labs and collies, and as long as you're doing the right thing, they look really cute. But, you know, the scarier you get, the more terrifying those teeth look.
But they turn into like cauliflowers.
And one
test
corgi
tubes.
sat in the corner disapproving.
Yeah.
And
Record again, is it?
yeah, it's recording again. And the situation. I mean, what would you normally do if you're all on base at the same time? What would your usual kind of downtime activities be?
Figuring out a way to get home. So, using the labs or whatever, because I'm going with I'm an alien bounty hunter. Any aliens that come here, I will try and gather to take back to wherever they flipping belong to.
And hopefully they've got a ship that will take me back there.
Pretty much, but because
Hoping
my
against
ship
hope.
doesn't work.
Is your ship in the basement of this place?
Yeah, I'm allowed to work on it, etc. But stupid humans have nothing that works.
I think I'm going to be... what's the word I'm looking for? I'm just kind of making sure that everything's running. So do we have like vehicles and other bits and bobs, or...?
Yes, you've got a skimmer ship.
So I guess I'm just kind of like just doing general kind of mechanic-y maintenance-y, making sure everything's working and everything's within tolerance, and updating the firmware and making sure that you haven't had to
Calibrating systems.
Pretty much. I'm
Garrus
Vicarying the heck out of it.
Excellent.
I'm crocheting the little head things that go over the backs of the suits.
She's turning our ship into a home.
Oy vey.
Oy vey.
And what do you normally do for?
Press ups. Mainly press ups.
Yeah, press ups and drawing. Or maybe like sit ups and Duolingo.
Sit-ups and Duolingo. Kids are Netflixing and chill, but now it's time for sit-ups and Duolingo.
I feel like a little one with a big hook.
You're in the hazmat suit. Are you not cleaning for us?
I'm cleaning.
Nimrod's just been to the toilet. I'll just go and get the hazmat suit.
Yeah, me too. She found me something really weird, and I did not agree with
Nimrod has done one of those solid gold jewel-encrusted turds like Roger from American Dad.
Sorry, I can't crack diamonds yet. I don't quite have the right structure on the inside. I try.
Or is your poop like Nibbler's and we're using it to fuel all of our high-tech equipment?
No. But that's the secret to me getting home, and I haven't figured it out yet.
Okay. The intrusion klaxon kind of goes. And you have a briefing room that's got, one of those tables with like a hollow map that can project above it. And there's a view screen that kind of pops on over the top of it. And the current leader of Freedom Force, who is young Legacy, that young girl there, who's the daughter of Legacy. Basically, there's always been a hero called Legacy since the, not the Civil War, the War of Independence. And it's like a title that passes down generation to generation, and every
like
generation.
the Phantom.
Yeah, something like that. And every generation that gets it, they get more powers. The old Legacy was a stalwart member, and he was quite badly injured during Oblivion. So he's realised that, and his daughter had started having powers anyway, and she really kind of rose to the events in this massive battle. So he's kind of taken a step back. He's renamed himself Heritage, and she's stepped up as the leader of Freedom Force. And she kind of acts as the default. She's the Supergirl of the setting, and she's the one that kind of gathered you all together and got you to this one here. And her face comes on the monitor, and she says, "Absolutely fantastic to see you guys all assembled and settled in. Don't really have that much time to waste. The sensors on the subway system on the crosstown line at the eastern terminal have picked up that there is massive disturbances. Reports coming in from police scanners say that witnesses are reporting strange sort of purple and red robots in the area. I'd like you to investigate and take them out. It sounds like they are Baron Blade's minion bots. And Baron Blade is like an established bad guy, halfway between Hydra and Doctor Doom.
Cobra Commander.
Yes, something like that. Fairly simple and straightforward. Get in there, take care of the bots, and find out what the plan is. Good luck, Agent P.
Let's do this.
Right, to the ship. Huh? Yes.
My multiple arms just push everyone out of the way because I'm going to pilot it.
So what is it, like a Fantastica sort of thing, or?
You know, in the cartoon, they've got those three spaceships that kind of join together. There's a big square one, there's a triangle one, and there's a round one in the middle that they all sit in.
Oh, from Ulysses.
Yeah, it's the round one. So effectively, it's about the size of this room, and it's like a flying saucer. So it's got the dome across the top. One person sits at the front as the pilot, one person kind of sits behind on like scanners, and then two people sit at the sides just doing other things.
Okay.
can totally be the pilot.
I don't
Okay.
think it can be.
Why not?
Because I think it's like slightly like Green Lantern tech, wasn't it? That it was like gifted to me kind of thing.
If you want it to be, yeah.
Oh, okay. You can totally be the pilot.
Yeah, I'll be the pilot, but you'd be the scan person.
Many hands.
Exactly. Scanning and...
I'll be in the most defensive position possible.
Do you say defensive or offensive?
Defensive.
Okay.
It's probably one of those things that where your armour suit is quite big, you can't actually wear it inside the ship. So you have it kind of strapped.
No, that's okay. I'm just standing on the ship.
That would stop it from flying. But you have it like
Well,
clipped.
why would it? If the thing's underneath, he could be in the said...
We kind of have to like.
So basically,
established.
we're flying along like you are riding us like a cat riding a Roomba.
In a slightly crouched position, so he's not so kind of...
And I suppose you've probably
You've got a kind
like,
of cool, like, bent down pose going on.
yeah, or you've got like clamps that you can extend from your feet that kind of, and you've put
Or magnetic boots.
magno boots. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
I get.
Yeah, and then he can kind of jump off just
I
as we're
like
landing
this
kind of thing.
technology. Yes.
Or even
And do this-
even cooler, I jump off right before you land because I'm not on top of your spaceship, I'm underneath it. That way I can still punch things on the ground that's trying to kill us.
If we go low.
So if you want to be underneath it, we can just go back to what your dad said in the first place, and the suit's hung underneath it.
But it's cooler with magnets because then I can jump off without having to like.
I think
do
maybe
hand
let's stick
kicks
with
and
stay on top, but we have got you outside.
Multiple points of articulation.
But to be honest, you're mag boots. If you wanted to walk to the bottom of the ship, you could do.
Yeah.
You've got mag boots. But generally, you ride on top, generally.
And you have to give us a heads up if you're going to move because it does shift the weight of the ship, and so you can flip it.
Okay.
As you're walking around that way, everybody's got to go onto the other side.
But that's just.
So
gonna
essentially,
allow
my
some
function:
awesome
pilot,
dodges.
scanning,
Ballast.
so ballast.
Yeah. So you're useful.
He's thinking now like. It's not
Okay.
wrong.
So,
You
You character.
So you kind of pull up and land, or you approach and you get to the terminus station of the crosstown line. It's got sort of 4 platforms, and it's one of those ones where the line is actually above ground, and then it kind of dips down, and then it
like it around Canary Wharf, that kind of.
yeah, that sort of thing. There's an office, and then you can see that there's like police cordons all around the area there containing the situation, and there's a fire truck and an ambulance that have turned up already.
I guess we're kind of sanctioned. We don't need to worry about the police opening fire on us. Or
You
anything like
have, I think, at least 2 of you have got the principal of the team, which is where it's Hazmat and Moonshadow, where you are kind of recognised. You've been given this base after all.
that. Yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean, Batman gives loads of stuff to his family, and none of that's good. Hey, Barbara, here's an entire clock tower. Don't get caught.
Hey,
Yeah,
Robin,
there's
here's
no
a new
lift.
suit.
You're okay with stairs, aren't you?
Oh, too soon.
So, you land, you jump off.
Yep.
Do you do the superhero landing?
Nope.
He forgot to roll.
Really land for the knees.
I just drop them all. Drop them all like there's a fire.
Okay. I think the rest of the 3 of you can fly.
Yeah.
So does it do the whole like dramatic thing where the roof of the saucer just goes and you go and you,
And then you've got to have that
In like a
pose moment.
three.
yeah.
And I'm like,
And then I think they say, like we practice, guys. Guys!
The ship always sails off into the distance and explodes, and you've got a new one just slightly off frame.
The ship kind of goes on like an autopilot and just sort of like, kind of
Films the situation.
Yeah.
So we can always evaluate our
performances.
Our performance later.
I was thinking more like it was an airborne CNC thing, and I can kind of, that's cool.
It can be that as well, but
But mostly it's for our awesome social media presence.
Yes, and somebody
cards.
somewhere decided that we needed to track our abilities and whether we were improving.
Cool.
And a police sort of won't be a captain, but the lieutenant in charge kind of comes up to you or kind of points from behind their cordon. Robots, this is your thing. We've got as many civilians out as we can do. We'll keep them out this side. Apparently there's some more people in the building.
Great, they're robots. We can be as brutal as we want.
I don't know what I'm thinking of this.
I like this.
Can we make sure the gas and the electricity is turned off in the area, and because we're
Always
going to make
think
some
like a
carnage,
mama.
and we're just exactly.
Okay, so
Gas
that
switch.
is going to be the first action
Yeah.
of the game, which is going to be an overcome action.
Okay.
So, were you here when I said about the basic actions? Boost, hinder,
Yeah,
attack?
but I don't know how they work.
Okay. So, if you've got any abilities, which are on the second page, the green, yellow, red ones, specifically related to this, you'd use one of those. Otherwise, it is a normal overcome. Also, you'll see you've got.
So overcoming using your status, just like
Yep.
because I'm here, I'm telling you to do this,
Yep.
you do the thing.
Yep.
Yep.
So the overcome actions that you've got at the bottom are linked to your principles.
Mm-hmm.
So they're informed by your character and what you're like. And normally, when you do an overcome, you choose, okay, well, I'm using whatever dice that you would choose to use. So you choose 1 power, 1 quality, and 1 status dice.
I'm not sure this would be a power. I don't understand which power it would fit under. Signature weapon, signature vehicle, gadgets, or flights.
Gadgets.
Yeah. Well, you can be using your sort of wrist communicator to hack in and
Alright then.
switch things off. Yep.
And
So
leadership.
you take a dice that's equal to your gadgets dice, and your leadership dice, and your green status dice. Normally, you'd roll the 3 and then choose
But
the
then
middle
use
one.
the max one because it's that
Exactly.
one. That's not great anyway. 3.
Action fails or succeeds with a major twist. So it's up to you. Either you don't hack in, or you do manage to, but there's a backlash of some sort, or a consequence of your actions.
You could, if you say that it's not worked, can I give you an advantage?
Okay,
No.
it's not worked, and they're saying that we can't do that in this time. We haven't got the kind of valves to shut it off in just this area. So we asked them to kind of start evacuating the streets, but it's only starting to evacuate the streets, so there's going to be possibly more collateral damage later on.
Fantastic. Who are you
So, no, hearing that, I could try using my machine telepathy and I don't know, leadership. If I go up to the
the way it works is you then decide who acts
right.
next
Okay.
in the scene. You will know that advantage is good with machines and computer systems. So if you say, well, my gadgets aren't hacking into it, advantage, can you try your...
I do that.
Okay, so I'm going to say machine telepathy. So I will look for like the station. So I'm guessing there's going to be some sort of control panel somewhere for like all of the alarms and stuff. So I'm going to run over to that and quality. So I've got to pick a quality: leadership, range, combat, criminal underworld. Mercenary.
Mercenary, yep.
Yeah, because, you know, so that's D8, and a D10. And I will take the middle result.
Because none of your...
So that's a 4, so that's
A 4?
probably not going to be very good either.
That is succeed with a minor twist.
I can shut off one but not the other.
Gas or electric?
Yeah. So...
Gas.
Gas?
Yeah.
I'll shut off the gas, but the electric's still going to be running.
Okay. So I am going to take the environmental hazard of just the environment, gas and electric, change it from a D8, and step it down to a D6. Okay.
Cool.
Who do you want to go next?
Hazmat, what can...
I've got Hazmat Disposal, so I assume I'd be good for removing environmental pressures.
Yep. So in this building, okay, you've got 4...
I thought you said it was on a train line.
Yeah, it's a train line, but it's like a big building departure lounge
Oh, okay.
at the end of it. So it's got like concession stands. You can tell that there are a load of people sort of trapped. There's a restaurant over towards one side. It's like Victoria Station, I'm picturing. So you've got like elevated restaurants. There's a load of people trapped in a restaurant. And now you've taken a while you've kind of gone into the building to try and scout the place out. You can see that there are, do it with 4, there are 4 of these scuttling attack bots. So they have got probably 10 legs each. The legs are sharp blades. They are all like purple and red. They've got a great big laser cannon on the back of each one of them.
Frickin' lasers.
And
That's
a,
cool.
and a pair of sort of jaws and a camera eye. 2 of them are kind of keeping these people in the restaurant, which is elevated up the top, and the other 2 are stood. There's a ramp that heads down into like an underground car park just behind it, and the other 2 are kind of stood. It's obvious that they are guarding something. What do you want to do?
I've got to use stuff in the green box at the moment.
So there is the concourse, the restaurant, and there is the underground.
On delivery.
Would my lightning calculator be able to read where how they're viewing?
What you can do is, I believe you have an ability that creates bonuses in your green abilities. One that says boost.
I've got damage evasion, offensive strike, defensive strike, precise strike.
Precise strike.
Precise strike. I've got the hero and the team.
Okay. In which case, what you can do is you can still do a general action, and you can say, right, I want to use lightning calculator and hazmat and your status dice to give you a bonus to your next roll.
Or are there any environmental conditions that are going to hold us back?
There are environmental conditions that there are still live electricals in the area, and there are civilians who are in the restaurant up top.
I'll remove the electricals.
Fantastic. So that's an overcome action.
Okay.
So you choose which power you're using. So you say,
Hazmat Disposal.
okay, the power is the first quality for the first column.
Okay.
So you choose one of those.
Power suit.
Yep. And one of the second column.
Hazmat Disposal.
Yep. And the green status dice. Yep. So you roll those 3 and tell me what the middle one is. The middle result.
I've got 2 8s and a 6. The one that landed in the middle was the 10 and 8.
So that's an 8. Yep. An 8 is a complete success. So you manage to shut down a lot more of the electrical, so there's no more, a lot of the things are shut down, and then like emergency lighting comes on. Who do you want to go next? Now, the other things to go next are the robots, Kelly, and the environment. Don't forget, and this is one
Environment.
thing, the environment to go next, yeah?
Yep.
Fantastic. So when the environment goes, scene tracker advances 1 step, and I get to choose one of these ones to roll and create action. It's going to be the frightened civilians. Okay, they are going to do a hinder against all of you.
Don't hinder us. Hinder just massive robots that try to kill you.
And
The mere presence of them is hindering us. So.
yeah. So they're kind of all at the windows of this restaurant, banging away at the things, kind of like yelling
Banging.
for them to. And with that, I'm going to pass it on to. I'm going to have the minions have their go. So are you at the same electrical box that Advantage was at, or
No, I'm in an advantage position to.
so whereabouts are you? Are you either on the main concourse and control panels, like with where the platforms are?
Yeah, with all the train switches.
Okay, fantastic. So the 2 bots that were guarding the kind of tunnels, they come scurrying forward towards you, and both of them pew their lasers at you.
Pew pew pew.
So one of them does 2 points of damage.
Can you defend or?
You got 32, so you'll go down to 30.
No, you've got damage reduction.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay.
What's that?
So whilst he's in the green zone, which he is,
Yeah.
all of his any damage that he takes is reduced by 1.
Okay, so 2 points of damage reduced to 1 point of damage.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
And then the other one again does 2 points of damage.
Cool.
But it's reduced by 1 again, so you've
Yeah.
got 2 points down total. I think maybe the black one is where we rent our current
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
So
Or,
you're
or
32 take away 2.
you can write it down the side if you don't want to keep on rubbing things out. And the other 2 bots, I think, will turn. And who looks the biggest threat? It's going to be you, really, isn't it?
Big shiny metal. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. You're terrifying.
like an alien
Yeah,
doctor.
no, I'm probably.
Tell you what, we'll split the difference. One of them shoots you, one of them shoots Nimrod. So one of them,
Sharing is caring.
so one shoots Advantage and does 7.
Can I jump into defend this?
If
Defend
you-
an ally using the single power suit. die.
What?
Out.
Yeah, you can only do that when you're out of combat. When you
Oh,
reduce
Locked
to,
down.
when you reduce to 0 health. That's the only thing you can do.
So I'm on 23 at the moment. I won't write it down until the end of the.
Yeah.
Oh no, that is. I was only
Yeah.
taking the one, so that's 23.
And then against Nimrod for 4.
Cool. Do we get the -1?
Just someone said like a defence thing that said it took away.
Okay, he has.
No, that's just Thomas. That's one of Thomas's.
That's what
okay.
Is it just Thomas or is it?
It's just Thomas. Yeah.
Okay, so 4.
And then I pass to Kelly.
F them up.
Well, that was my plan. I was going to use my cosmic energy and amazing alien technology to blast the living crap out of them. Using backlash, so attack using cosmic. So I use my max die. Take damage equal to minimum die.
The fun thing about that is that you've got an ability that you get, I think, either in yellow or red. That means that when you take damage from cosmic, you negate it.
Yeah. So I've got.
Is this attacking one or?
I've got 4 guns. 4 arms, 4 guns. Well, that works. I'll come out of holsters. Let's go.
The unless it specifically states it only hits the one. Yeah. You can do it as a, and you can do this at any time. Do it as a risky action. So where you take a minor twist to hit more than one target, to hit harder, or adding a boost or hinder onto an attack.
It's going to be regular for now.
Yeah. Shooting the one that shot you.
Yeah. 9.
Okay.
And then the lowest would be 5 damage.
Yeah. So these are minions.
Yep.
So effectively, you've done 9 damage to it.
Yeah.
When you damage a minion, or
5 damage.
does it use min?
Yeah. This one I use my max die to hit it, but take damage equal to minimum.
No, you take damage equal to the minimum
Oh, okay. Attack a target using cosmic. Hinder that target with minimum die. Or energy conversion.
That target, that's not her.
No.
What's it? A's?
Oh, it's an attack.
Backlash is an attack.
Yep.
Attack using cosmic.
Yep.
So yeah, it'd be 5 damage.
So.
Attack a threat using cosmic.
Yep.
Hinder that threat with min die.
Yeah. So you attack it, and you do damage equal to the mid dice.
Yeah. But
And
I've got 2 9s in it.
Yeah.
5.
And then you also hinder it with your minimum dice. Yeah. So you've done 9 damage to it.
Okay.
With a minion, I have to meet or beat the damage that you've done.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's knocked out.
But it's a D6.
Pop.
Bye. That's what you get for shooting me. Wah!
You make me bleed my own blood.
And who are you passing it on to? It's the end of the round, so you can pass it on to anybody.
I'll go back to the top of the round and moonshine.
Well, no, you can.
I can do whatever, but
Yeah.
moonshine. I know that she'll want to go help some people, so that's key. You know.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Oh yeah, hero.
Yeah. Good go. What were the basic actions again?
Boost or hinder to either create an advantage or to create a disadvantage on a one or multiple targets. Overcome, which is where you work to reduce the environmental threats. Defend, which is normally where you defend yourself. You roll a defend pool, and then that acts as like armor against other ones, or straight up attack.
Okay. I think I'm going to do a boost for whoever comes after me. And I think I can do a multi-blade boost. Take any 2 basic actions.
Yeah.
So I can do 2 boosts.
Two different basic actions.
Alright, so I can attack and
Yeah.
boost using a 6 weapon, each using minimum die.
Yes.
Okay. So my signature weapon is my laser sword blaster.
Yeah.
So I'm going to basically, because So effectively, if it's Victoria Station, 2 of them are outside one of these restaurants.
Yeah.
And we're how far away?
You're on the concourse, so here to the houses across the other side of the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna run at them and try to swipe at one with a sword.
Mm-hmm.
And try to knock it into the other one. Therefore.
There's only one threatening. Sorry, there's only one threatening the civilians.
Oh.
There's 2 of them at the ramp that have shot at Hazmat.
Okay. I'm not going to shoot in case I shoot and miss and
Yeah.
hit the glass and things. So I'm going to go and do that. And then there's 2 others somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cause a distraction.
To put a hinder on them.
So I'm going to try to hit the one that's near the restaurant.
Yep.
Away from the restaurant. So that their attention is drawn away from the restaurant as well.
Yep.
Okay, let's do that. So my signature weapon is a D10.
Yep.
And it's close combat?
Yeah.
Because I'll be closer to them.
You're using your laser sword. So
Yeah.
Just another D10.
I know, I'm trying to find one. I'll do as a percentage. Which I can't see. Right.
And green status.
And using places. Four.
And you've got a -2 there.
What?
The -2 penalty.
Ah,
Okay.
2.
2. But that penalty goes
Okay.
because it's just that one.
Oh, I'm going to use my minimum dice on it
Yeah.
as well, so that was a 1. So that was a -1.
Okay, so that is a.
Deep.
Well, here's the thing. As an attack, it just misses,
Okay.
or you don't do any damage.
Okay.
So you swing with your laser sword, and it just kind of glances off the thing's armour, and you will
But
also.
then doing the boost as well. Do I roll
No,
again?
it's the same. It's the same roll, and that just doesn't create a modifier.
Rubbish. Okay. Right.
But
Great leadership.
you do push them all so that they're all kind of the 3 of them are clustered together,
Okay.
and at least
And
you're
they're away from the
away from the stairs
So
going
now
up to the
they can-
restaurants.
be easily shotted.
Yes. Who are you passing the action to?
Hazmat with the shooties.
Would I be able to attack myself so I can attack all 3 of them?
What
So-
ability are you looking at using?
I don't think we're in yellow yet.
You're not in-
Explosive attack?
We've
I
not-
know I'm not in yellow
But you
yet.
can
That's
do.
why I'm asking if I can attack myself first.
But you can do. You can always take an action which is 1 higher,
Alright.
but you will take a twist. You'll take a minor twist.
So no, you can't hurt yourself, but but if you do that, it might hurt you.
Yep, I'll go with it.
Okay. What minor twist are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting all those civilians are going to... Some of them might sprain their ankle. Get a little bit of a tan.
Right. Civilians are in a restaurant on like an upper deck level. All 3 of these bots are at the bottom. You're stood there. Your explosive attack is kind of where you charge into them and kind of use your great big manipulator arms just to swipe at all of them. As a suggestion,
What could happen is once the robots came away, then the people start trying to leave and like rushing down the stairs and stuff like that.
and it causes a panic.
It causes a panic, but also when he hits them or whatever, the impact, some of them get thrown back or off the side of the steps or something, and there's some minor injuries.
To the Cumberland Centre they go.
Or your attack breaks the steps so they can't escape down them.
Ooh, that's more major. Don't like this.
Well, no, because nobody's gotten hurt.
Broken glass.
Roll your attack. Yeah, okay. Roll your attack. So you use whichever of your powers that you want.
Okay, power suit still.
Yep.
this is...
Ear piercings are playing up, which now means my nose piercing
Close
is playing up,
combat.
and every time I touch it, it goes,
Ow!
Mr. Palmer and run down and tie
And your
it.
green
All
status
my
dice.
piercings start going, I want to heal again. I'm going to
Yeah.
try and heal.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wolverine
Put the
can't
dice
have
that you're
an
not
ear
using.
piercing.
Yep. And does the ability say what dice to
There's
use?
a fan up with a little white tassel hanging down.
turn into an old woman.
Tag. No.
No.
So it's explosive attack, yeah?
Yeah.
I like this, but it's
Prerequisites,
One like
Vindaloo
that,
the
but
night
if I break
before.
it, so I bought another one and hid it upstairs.
No!
no.
0.
Yeah.
I got a 1, a 2 and a 5, and the one in the middle is a 5 or a 2.
No, it's the 2 because it's the middle result. And because you've got that -2 penalty, that -2 goes. Oh, that -2 on you would have gone as well. Oh, sorry. So you still barrel into these bots.
The pen didn't go off! The pen didn't go off! Why have I got a spell?
Never go back to the firework.
Yeah. You barrel into these bots. There is a thing, their kind of lasers just kind of fire off automatically, and they kind of shoot out and break all of the glass in the restaurants.
Oh man, John McClane's going to be pissed.
Yeah, and all of the glass kind of shatters inwards. They emit a screeching noise, and the glass shatters inwards.
But we're okay because Steve Austin's going to come and save us.
Yeah, the glass shatters inwards, and it kind of just goes all over the.
Don't do any RKOs from up there!
Who are you going to pass it on to next?
Who's closest?
The robots.
Yeah,
You're right next to them.
Okay, you pressed them
Right.
Right, what's it is?
Robots it is.
Whoever says.
robots it is.
I mean, that easily loved if people had uninterrupted time to, save everyone, save yourselves. Like these robots, maybe.
Galactic planet,
All these 3 things which you've just kind of barreled into, you're kind of like holding them up. You've extended your arms to create big scoop things to just kind of double clothesline the 3 of them, triple clothesline the 3 of them, and they all just start like the little blade bots in that Star Wars thing where they've got the little buzzsaw blades. They kind of like go zzz, and these buzzsaws pick out and they start sawing away at your armour. That's a 2, a 3 and a 6. So that's 2 points of damage -1. So there's 1 point. And then, are you still in green?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then 3 points -1 is 2 points.
Still in green.
And then 5 points.
No longer in green.
Yeah, but I can use my yellow ability without a twist.
Yeah. So sometimes it's worth going into the yellow zone because you get more abilities.
Oh, so you have the choice of all of them, but if something happens...
Because he was in the green zone,
Yeah.
to use a yellow zone ability, he would have to take a minor twist.
okay, so when you get the ability to use the yellow zone stuff,
There's no
Just use-
twists.
you can just use all of it.
You can use the yellows and greens,
Oh, okay.
or a red with a minor twist.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
Getting there.
You
Um,
can still use your greens when you're in yellow.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
you can use anything that's.
It's because you're more bolstered.
Lower
You're bolstered because you're like, oh, I'm injured, so I've got some extra stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know if you were like, oh, I'm injured, so I also can't focus as well on the
Yeah.
Cool. The bots are going to pass on to advantage.
Okay, so these abilities here which are saying boost, there's no kind of attack with it, so that would literally just be where I'm charging up to do a thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think what I'm going to do before I go and get involved is I'm going to use Warcarve Synergy. I'm going to boost myself using Mercenary. And that bonus is persistent and exclusive. So I roll... Is it just the Mercenary die?
Nope. It's whatever power you want, plus Mercenary, plus your status dice.
So Power Suit, I'm basically kind of charging my capacitors to,
Cool.
like, you know, do stuff. So that's a 10 and an 8 and an 8. So that's 5 minus 2, so that's 3.
Yep. So that goes. A 3 gives you a +1.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that is a special one because that's if a boost says that it is persistent and exclusive.
Yeah.
It doesn't go away if you use it.
Yeah.
But it's the only
Boost that I
boost
can
that you
get.
can use on that action.
Cool.
So if you've got multiple, bonuses that you've created, usually you can use as many
Whatever.
as you want, but they're only one hit benefits. Persistent and exclusive ones, you can only use one.
Would an exclusive advantage negate any disadvantage that I might be put at? That's good. I like that. Through your AoEs.
Who are you passing it on to?
So everybody's been this turn apart from the environment and Nimrod.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to the environment.
Back to the environment. So we go to the yellow zone.
They call me Mellow Yellow.
There is a massive rumbling from this tunnel that goes to the car park at the other side of things, and rolling up out of it. If I described like a factory on wheels, so it's about the size of a
Is it the Technodrome?
no, it's not quite that big. It's squarer, but similar. So it's on caterpillar tracks.
Okay.
And it's the same purple and red as these things, and it's got all sorts of arms that kind of reach out from it, and you will recognise it as a blade bot assembler.
So it's like Big Bertha with treads.
Yeah.
I thought I'd made that show up for years.
And it's quite obviously this thing that's been activated that's created these robots. And it will chunk. And it disgorges another one of these.
That's a good word.
Yeah. There's a bay underneath it that opens up, and another one of these spider bots
What those droid things.
comes out.
How big are these spider bots?
They're about the size of this table.
Okay, so they're kind of droidica size, and
Yeah.
the factory thing is about the size of a...
A garbage truck.
Okay, cool.
And with that, Nimrod.
Excellent. I'm gonna do this. What have we got?
We're in yellow now. There are 3 of these bots are chewing on hazmat.
Yep.
One of them has just kind of come out of the assembler, and then there's the assembler itself.
Get the newborn!
I'm gonna get the newborn.
Yep.
It's not walking yet.
Doing the same combo that I did last time because it seemed to work.
And you're in yellow, so
I can use. Because we're in yellow, it means we can use yellow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't necessarily have to be.
Oh, those just help related.
it's whichever. So it is related to your health. So if we're still in the green status, but you've taken damage to put you in yellow, then you act in yellow, but everybody else is in green. Now the scene is in yellow. Everybody can use yellow abilities.
This also means the bad guys can use yellow abilities.
So.
Proper villains do, but villains actually have proper character sheets.
No.
So I have attack multiple targets. with Cosmic using a minimum die against
Each.
So whereas before I could only hit one, now I'm pissed. So I'm going to try and attack all 4 of, because I've got multiple arms. Boom, boom, boom.
You've got 4 arms, 4 targets.
4 targets. Let's go.
And don't forget this time you're using your yellow status dice, not your...
D8, so I drop down. Oh no, I get an extra one. Yeah.
As things get more perilous, the odds of beginning.
So
the minimum's 5.
So and then 8. 5. So 8 to. This one doesn't have the hit. It's my maximum though.
No, it says minimum, so you use the minimum
Against each. So that's the.
Yeah.
That's the
5. Against all 4?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So effectively, I need to roll 5 or 6s. And even if I roll a 5 or 6, it turns it from a 6 to a 4. Well, the three of them which are kind of chomped into...
not anymore.
Yeah, gone. And the newborn is blasted somewhat.
Yeah. Who are you passing to now?
You're the last person in the order, so... Okay. So there's the newborn, there's the actual thing.
Yeah. And the peeps.
And the peeps.
You're a attacky person, so go take out the big drone thing.
Yeah.
Be superhero.
Can I kind of jump onto the factory thing and try and use my machine telepathy to shut the thing down?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leap on it and kind of and like tendrils of the kind of nano stuff kind of go into it, and let's try this. So that's a 10
My mighty
leadership, because I'm trying to tell it to do something, or mercenary.
Thing.
So
Take D8.
D8 and D8. So that's a
Mid dice. That's a 4.
5 with my
A
plus
5. Oh yeah. Trying to shut it down. That's kind of an attack.
Yep.
So this is a lieutenant on the minion, which means if I successfully save, nothing happens. But if I fail, then it goes down by 1 die size.
Oh, okay.
You've passed.
Okay. The programming on this is quite
Robust.
programming and firewalls. Who do you pass to?
I'm going to pass immediately to the robots.
Okay. Fantastic. So the
I do love that. Yeah.
the assembler, because you're on top of the assembler bot, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of going to start stabbing at you with
Groovy.
that sort of thing, and do 5.
That's dropped me down, so I'd be in the yellow anyway. So I'm down to 17.
And the newborn one will shoot at Nimrod. Threat detected. And do 4. And I'm going to pass to Hazmat, I think.
I'm going to do throw minion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Commencing heating.
And where this newborn has come out, I'm going to place it back in.
yeet it back in. Yeah, on then. So you attack a minion using strength.
It totally does.
So you use your strength dice, one of your qualities, and your yellow status dice.
Is this going to take close? Yeah, this will be close combat.
Yep.
And what dice?
Your yellow status dice.
$772.
Okay, so that's a 7. So what's the text on throw minion? It's
Attack a minion with strength. Use that minion's defense roll as an attack roll against another minion.
there aren't any other minions.
I'm sure that robot works for someone.
Oh,
Who's making these annoying things?
the other robot. I'll let it pass on.
Who made that robot?
Yeah, yeah. He not here. You agree?
He's a Superman, not here. No.
So I'll let it ride, and we'll do that one. So you do what, 7 damage?
Yep.
So I roll its save throw, which is 3. So it's dead. That 3 then becomes an attack against the lieutenant, and it saves. So you kind of charge into it. Because you've got your arms kind of extended as like great big scoops to do the 3 of them.
Extra hugging tools.
You retract them and just turn them into like piston pile drivers, and then just shove this thing.
Also means I'm the closest one to that enemy maker thing.
I'm on top of it.
Oh, okay, so...
I am atop the factory.
Who are you going to
Breathing
pass it
power.
on to?
I've already gone.
I think it's you and I, isn't it?
Or the environment.
Or the environment.
No, I'm not sure that you go for an environment this time.
Okay. Who out of Gillian? Me? Yeah. Are you relatively not electric? I'm thinking like my gadget sleeve, I could electrify the rails somehow, and therefore like.
I'm conductive.
Okay,
Put it that
let's not do
way.
that, let's not do that. Okay. Pew 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 blaster.
Mm-hmm.
Pew 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 pew. Signature weapon. Ranged combat. In yellow zone.
Do you have any abilities?
Just
that
have
you
a
use?
look.
Sorry?
What does this mean? Turn any bonus into a penalty of same size, or vice versa?
Yeah, so it's an ability that you've got where if somebody's got a -3 on them,
Yeah.
you can turn it into a +3.
Oh,
Or if an enemy has got a +2 on them, you can turn it into a -2.
but nobody's got anything like that at the moment.
Not at the moment.
Okay.
I mean, I've got a +1, but I'd rather you didn't turn it into a -1.
But I can boost yourself with gadgets. This bonus is persistent and exclusive.
Yep.
So I can do that bonus thing as well.
No, that's an action by itself.
Oh.
So
So
rather
I'm just going to pew pew.
Yep.
Is that a 10 or a 0?
It's a 10.
Okay. So 5 is my mid dice.
5.
Yay!
So it gets chunked down. This one. Who are you passing it on to?
Nimrod.
Okay, we've still got one floaty little
Uh,
bottle, didn't
no,
we?
No, we've
No,
just
he-
got
Tried
this.
to
Got a big one.
He kind of shoved it into the thing that it smashed.
Okie doke.
Just thinking of some sort of like robotic overhead suplex, just. Robotic Kaniku Buster.
Oh.
It's a proper teeth dry, that one.
Been using technology when I have ranged combat. What a retard.
Reading is fundamental.
Reading.
Dyslexic negates. Dyslexia negates that. Okay, bear with. Just thinking. Okay, organic hack. Does it have to be an organic thing that I try to...
Nope.
I'm going to try and do that. So attack a target using cosmic, hinder this target with a minimum die.
Okay.
So
you
cosmic energy.
so you do damage with the mid dice and hinder with a minimum.
Yes. I'm going to use ranged combat. So, 'cause that's what I'm meant to have been using. So 2, 7, 3. So 3, 2.
So a 2 hinder.
Yeah.
That's a -1. And 3 damage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get in.
It's the only environment.
The environment's the only thing left, isn't it? Yes.
Yep. There's a bunch of turrets
Oh, mother of...
pop out of this thing.
What, pop out of the factory?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
And this attack will be against... Because you're quite a distance away, aren't you? And you've just kind of blasted this thing with your
Yeah.
thing. You're right
All four
in
hands
front
have
of
come
it.
together.
You shot it from a distance, and you're on top of it.
Yeah.
They all turn inwards on you.
No, I think you're too close. It's going to be everybody apart from you.
Yes.
I'm engaging that Star Destroyer at point blank range.
It's like an Imperial Guard Chimera where all the guns face sideways. 3
For everybody.
for everybody. I think for you, Thomas, now you're in yellow. That will bring
I'm
it.
still in yellow.
Yeah, so your armour then brings it down by 2 points.
Oh, it's in 2 points. Cool.
Yeah. Because the armour gets more effective.
It's pretty cool. Sweet.
It's not normally how armour works.
Let's do heroes.
And I think it's... I'm going to pass it on to the assembler, which spits out another spy bot
Oh no, it's spit that out on top of me.
right in front of you. And I'm going to pass it on to you.
Is it wrong that although, we said, Gordon Freeman plus Power Leader, for some reason, because ever since you said that his arms kind of turn into like power drive things, I think he's Frenzy. Nobody calls Soundwave uncharismatic. Yeah!
To kill this making thing.
Okay.
Can I try and crawl up inside where it's spitting these things out? So if it tries to spit any more out, I'm going to get a little bit mangled.
The door bay kind of has closed shut again, but you can see where it is.
Well, he said my arms how like forklifts.
Yeah. You can do that thing like in Terminator 2 where he does the...
No, I'm doing that thing like in Phantom Menace where he sticks the lightsaber in the door and tries to open it.
You don't have a lightsaber.
I'm doing the
I
next
have a lightsaber.
I'm doing the next closest thing. It's called progressive knife or something.
A progressive knife.
This is a
Yes.
knife. This is a knife with a 42 bar intro.
Close combat. How
Why is it
soon?
called Genta, not New Prog? What power are you using?
Power suit.
Okay, is it a standard attack or is it one of your abilities?
Don't know where that falls into.
You've got offensive strike, which is roll with close combat and use your maximum dice.
Yeah, go with that.
Yeah.
Rolled a 1, a 5, and a 0.
Nice. Yeah, minions and lieutenants, if you ever get more than double what their dice is, they're just immediately taken out of play. So you progressive knife into this thing, the doors just kind of reflexively go and then you do the whole pile drivers.
So is this the factory of the newborn that you've hit?
Factory.
Right.
So you're like, whoa!
And I'd like this to be an fan. Do I have some?
No, that's
Okay,
your...
well, I'm passing. I'd like it to be advantage now.
Yep, pass it to Dave, yeah.
Okay.
Advantage.
So the factory beneath me has kind of gone
Yeah.
meep, 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 meep. So I guess I'm going to jump off and I'm going to shoot the newborn.
Raising.
Minion! Shoot the minion.
I'm going to shoot the minion.
Yeah.
None of my powers really fit with this, so it's just going to be a standard thingy. So ranged combat signature weapon thingy. So watch how low I roll here, because I've not been doing very well with the dice today.
What kind of weapon are you manifesting? Yeah.
So this is going to be kind of I'm going to kind of leap off and do a kind of like moonsault thing and
Don't forget you can fly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, just
Calm down.
Quite surprised there was not a Scouse accent with that.
No, that's racist.
There he is. Scally.
Oh, that's our word. No, I'm kind of like leaping off doing a moonsault, and it's going to be like a unibeam sort of thing, or not. 3. They're all 3. They're all 2, and I've got a +1, so it's 3.
But because it's a minion, it still gets reduced. So it takes a gash into it. Who are you passing it on to?
The minion.
Yeah. Okay.
We're at a new phase now, aren't we?
Yeah.
We could shoot.
We could
this,
kill
we
it.
could finish this.
Yeah. Moonchild. I know it's not Moonchild, but
Let's shoot it.
Mm,
Pew
shadow.
pew. Still ranged. And what's it? Three.
Minion! Whoop, whoop. Yeah.
Save yourself, civilians.
Yeah, but
Now,
we
or
just,
you could
we're
take your
distract-
shoes off, put them back on.
we've distracted the bad guys so they can get away.
yeah, we've done the right thing. Yeah.
I think when we look back at the report video, we'll be feeling pretty good about
So are
this.
we still in the
Combat.
kind of combat eternity sort of thing? Right. So, let's start evacuating the people.
Heroic pose. Yeah, let's go.
Cool. Yeah, it's a relatively simple matter to get the rest of the civilians out. There wasn't actually a great amount of collateral damage.
Go team.
Which is fantastic.
No, all of the damage is to my internal organs.
We're not getting our pay docked. Yay!
It's probably going to take a while for them to switch the electrics back on. But aside from that, that's successful. I'm going to call it there, to be honest, because that's a decent breaking point. But what you do manage to recover is effectively the black box from the assembler. So you'll be able to take that back to the lab and analyse it.
Cool.
Very cool.
What do you reckon?
That was fun.
It's a dice pool, so you know.
Dave's
you're
doomed.
fucked.
Yeah.
I've succeeded at nothing I've attempted today, so that's been entertaining. But system wise, I like that a lot.
I like it. I like it.
I like the fact that you've got a lot of flexibility and there's not a massive amount of difference as to what you do with things. I like the way you can kind of say, well, this is what it looks like, or
Yeah.
I'm using this dice or that dice to do various things. And compared to some of the other, because it's what's called Cortex adjacent, so it's very similar to that Marvel game that we played a while ago, but whereas that one was a bit more you were rolling more dice, but you were choosing less of them.
Yeah.
The fact that you've always got that 3 dice,
Yeah.
choose the middle one unless something
Tells you otherwise. Yeah.
overpowers that.
It's cool.
Awesome.
No, that was good. I enjoyed that.
Thank you very much.